Hey guys, I'm back, and I figured I have some extra time, so why not make another video for you, right? So a while ago, I started this channel and made one video, comedy for you. If you watch the video, I probably said something about how I enjoy comedy. Personally, I always had this idea that I was going to go through college and pay my way by being a stand-up comedian, and that just never happened. And even today, I still think about being a stand-up comedian. I've always kind of wanted to talk to people and just make them laugh day after day. Large groups of people at a time would probably make sense. So, my friends seem to think this is something I could do. I'm not sure, but I figured, since I have behind the camera screen confidence here where I can just hide in my little place and make some videos, I figured I would make some comedy here and just kind of see what happens. So today, my comedy for you is on the idea of working retail, which is something, if you've ever seen BuzzFeed posts or anything like that, you know that retail is so fun to work in. I've worked in retail for almost 6 years now. It'll be 6 years in July. And retail is just rough. I don't work in like a clothing store, like that kind of retail. But I do work in a form of retail, and I don't want to say too much just to be safe and guard myself. The job itself, the people I work with every day are awesome. The company itself, but I still enjoy my job there, which is good. But customers. Sometimes I sit there with customers and I'm not really sure what's going on. Like I'll be sometimes I cashier where I am. So I'll be up front and I'll be ringing, and people, like, I'll have a huge line of people, and all of a sudden I'll just hear, "Ma'am, ma'am, can you help me?" And I'll be like, and they're standing, all the way off to the side, and they're deliberately ignoring the like 7 or 8 people I'm trying to help, and I'm like, "Can't hold on, ma'am, where is this, ma'am?" I just sit there and I'm like, yeah, I'm still working with all these people. And it's just interesting to see people and they're just like, "Hey, I really don't care who you're helping because I'm here and I'd like to be helped." And I'm just kind of like, "Okay, that's nice." And I can't say anything. Can't say anything. Other people who just don't read the signs. A lot of times we have buy one, get one 50% off sales like most stores do. And people will just come to me like, "This is 50% off." And I'm like, "Are you sure? It didn't say buy it?" "No, it did not. It's 50% off." "Okay, because it's saying that it's buy one, get one." "No, it's not. No, it is not." And then you have to walk them back to the sign. You're like, "Oh," you phrase it in the nice one. You're like, "Can you show me?" On the off chance that it is them. It's usually not though. They're just reading it wrong. And you bring them back there, and it's like, "Oh, hey, buy one, get one 50% off." It said 50% off. "Yep. Nope, you're right. You're right. In the time that you saw it, you came to me, and then we went back to it. The tag changed itself. You're right. I was wrong, Customers who just don't want to be wrong ever. I'm not sure, the thing is the customer is always right, but there's literally sometimes where it's not the case. And I'm not trying to be mean. A lot of customers for some reason think that we're all trying to be mean here. We're not. You're being mean to us usually, unfortunately. Not appreciating the yelling, I've had customers who, I don't know if they've had a bad day or whatever, and I ring something up and I go, "Oh, that's your total," and they just start screaming at me, and I'm like, "Okay, I just told you a number. I just told you a number. That's all I did." And they're just like, "No, it's not that. That's not how it is. Let me show you how it is." And you're like, "Okay, please don't hurt me. I will go where you want me to go. Just don't hurt me. Don't hurt me." It's really crazy. And then, or I have customers that just make strange requests. They'll be like, "Oh, can you do this for me?" And you're like, "Okay, sure." And then I don't know, it's odd. They'll just be like, "Hey, can you watch my kid for a second?" And you're like, "Yes? No, I mean, I'm not a babysitter. I just work." Okay, I'm watching you." And you just kind of stand there and you're like, especially me, I get really nervous around small children, and I've had customers be like, "I'm going to run out to my car, like, real quickly." First of all, you're never running out to your car that quickly, trust me. Every time a customer tells you, "I'm going to run out to my car real quickly," I would expect a 5-minute delay at the most. No, at the least, sorry, 5 to 10 minute delay usually. And you're like, no, okay, okay, okay. And then you're watching the kid, and sometimes the kid looks at you, and you're like, hi. Oh boy. Or what else do we have? There's so many things. One of my favorites is my coworkers and I will be like going down the aisles and we'll be fixing it, and clearly customers can see we're fixing the aisles, and we move on to the next aisle. Usually we move on to the next aisle, and then suddenly someone's in the aisle that we just fixed, and I hear, oh, cool, awesome, everything just fell, everything's falling, and you're like, no. You just want to cry, and then you go back there. Or then my favorite part is when you're in the aisle of someone and they just drop stuff and they walk away and they clearly saw you and you're clearly in your work uniform and you're like, cool, alright, I guess I'll pick that up for you too. Because my job description is to clean up after you. Contrary to popular belief, we do keep track and keep our store clean, but it's not, we're not hired specifically to follow you around and then when you make a mess we clean it. I know that a lot of you actually don't do that, so I'm really happy for that. But to those of you who do, just remember, like, we do actually have to do other things to keep the store going. And then I have customers. Sometimes when I get bored, I like to rank my top 3 customers in my head. Sometimes it'll be the top 3 like awesome customers who like notice that you're doing a good job and you're only trying to help, and they're like, sorry, didn't mean to bother you. And then I have like my top 3 awesome customers, the ones who fight you on everything, the ones who are never happy with anything you do for them, and and then I love customers too that just kind of, I add those into customers all the time, like, well, it should be like this, I'm never coming back here again. Okay, not gonna lie, you're not gonna make or break my store, so if you don't want to come here, that's okay. And then they leave, and then you see them a week later, and then they like act like it never happened, and you're like, okay, so you're back. Awesome, great, I'm glad you decided to come back. I don't know why if you say you're not coming back and you're like so upset with the service, then don't come back. Like, I don't know what to tell you, and then you come back. Like, okay, I'll still serve you or whatever. So one day recently, I had some customers, and they were different. And I had a customer who came in, and I was helping her out, and I don't know if she just didn't realize what we were talking about or what, but she's like, I can't see without my glasses, and she's trying to, put her card through and stuff, and I'm trying to help her or whatever, and she's like, oh, wait till you get to my age and need these. And I actually do wear glasses. I wear contacts though most of the time. So I just like, oh, I wear contacts. And she looked at me, she's like, yes, well, I need these to see. So do I. I need my contacts to see. I can't see without them. And so I was like, I'm just going to pretend that you didn't realize what you just said to me, ma'am, but I do need my contacts to see. Cool. And then we have the usual gathering of, like, boys, teenage boys, young adult men, whatever. And these, like, guys maybe, like, mid-20s, early 30s came in, and I was ringing them out, and one guy was just, like, joking around with his buds, and I was like, oh, he's trying to type in his discount number or whatever. And I'm like, oh, you might need to use the pin, you might need to, like, tap it. I said something to him, and he's like, that's what she said. And I'm literally like, really? You're gonna crack it, that's what she said? And even his friend was like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, never mind. So, dudes out there, don't crack that's what she said jokes at the register. It gets a little weird. It's awkward. Not really the appropriate time. And then I've had many a customer that have needed help, and they've been like, but they like ask for your help, and then you try to, and then they cut you off, and I'm not sure what they were thinking, because it's like, if you're asking me for help, and I'm trying to help you, why would you cut me off? Like, oh, do you know where it's right, because I just don't know where to find it, and I don't know, okay, well, ma'am, it would be, no, I don't know where to find it, and I've been looking all over your store, it's right in the aisle, no, I tried there. I'm sorry, are you psychic? Did you guess what number I was coming with? Because I didn't even say what aisle it was in yet, so, okay. Just joys of retail. But again, like, I'm not saying that this is every customer I deal with. There are lots of customers who they walk in the door and I'm like, hey, like, I'm so happy to see you. How can I help you? It's just sometimes you get a few customers and they come in and you're like, oh crap, here we go. You gotta get that extra ounce of strength in there, and you're like, how can I help you? And it stinks because sometimes you walk into it and you know that no matter what you do, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna be what they want you to do. Also, lottery customers. We sell lottery, and it's super fun. Most of the time, it's cool. We do have the occasional lottery person. Like, some people do lottery like every day, like gamblers kind of thing, like gambling addiction, whatever. And they come in, and we're one of the many stores they hit up. And we had this person come in one time, and he came in, and he was like, oh, do this for me. And he's like, do this time, this, that. And I'm like, okay, sure. And I'm doing it. And he's like, how much is it? And he like already seemed angry, which is never a good thing. So, excuse me. My apologies. I'm trying to do the best I can, shove him through, let him know. And I go, oh, this is your total. It's like $12 or something. He's like, that's not right. And I'm like, okay, I do what you wanted me to do. He's like, let me see that. And he gets all angry, and he takes it, he's counting it, and then slowly, like, his, like, I'm going to yell at you face disappears because I was right. I was actually right there. I'm not right often, I guess, but I was right that time. And instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, or something like that, he just shoved the money at me and left, and it was great. So, yeah. My apologies has turned into, again, more of a rant than a comedy thing for you. Maybe I'll talk some more about my retail and the funnier customers. Not sure. But this was my go at it without getting myself hopefully in trouble and losing my job, because I do love my job. And I do love you as customers, and thank you for supporting us. Just things to remember. Be kind. We're trying to help you, we promise. Just let us help you, and in turn we'll be as nice as possible and as helpful as we can. So, retail. Try it sometime maybe. Alright, bye guys.